What's happening, y'all? Man, I don't want to rotate the fucking device. The fuck, man? Damn. I don't know what it's tripping. So, y'all, I was seeing a post and it was talking about I really don't feel like moving my bed up, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Fuck it. Might as well make use of it, right? Hold on, y'all, because the way this shit is, I don't like it. That way I ain't gotta. All right, that's better. So, seen a post. I see posts all the time. I quit smoking this many days. I quit drinking this many days. Whatever. But that's your first mistake. And I'm not trying to knock anybody for celebrating that they quit for a week or something, because I understand you don't even believe it yourself. Like, man, I really quit smoking for this many days or quit drinking for this many days because you didn't believe you could do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? I didn't believe I could ever quit smoking weed. That was the hardest one. Weed was the hardest one. The others was easy. Alcohol and cigarettes, well, cigarettes and blacks, that was hard too. But weed was the hardest one. But it was easy in a way for me because to get a CDL, I knew I had to quit at some point. So that's what happened. But I also remember oftentimes I would go back. I would relapse on weed. I was always trying to quit smoking and drinking and shit, and then I'd go back. You know what I mean? I'd quit for a while. I'd go back. I quit, and I noticed one of the biggest issues is you're celebrating. You're celebrating a week of quitting or 6 months of quitting. You should be happy, but you shouldn't look at it as an accomplishment. And the reason why, even though it is an accomplishment, you shouldn't look at it that way. And the reason why is because it's supposed to be a lifetime thing. So if it's supposed to be a lifetime thing, you should look at it as, it's nothing. I quit 6 months ago. It is what it is. That's how you gotta look at it. You can't be doing cartwheels and celebrating and shit. It's like a race and somebody starts celebrating. Like, I got it in the bag. I'm just start celebrating now. I mean, it's a good chance that you might relapse. And also, what people are not telling you is it doesn't matter how long you quit. Smoking, drinking, don't matter. Sometimes you have that temptation to want to do it. And trust me, you're going to have that temptation no matter if you quit a year, 2 years, 10 years. Sometimes that temptation comes, man. But when you quit for so long, it's like, what's the point? That's what stops you from doing it. It's not, it's just like when people think they get married, they'll never have temptation. That's not true. You just got to fight it. People cheat by choice. Remember this. People cheat by choice. It's not because they're married that stops them from the cheating. So it's the same thing with the drinking and smoking and shit. Just the other day, I was looking at weed when I was getting my hair cut. And man, that weed looks good, dog. And I was watching a rap video at that, and they smoke a weed. You know what I mean? So I'm watching. I'm in the basement of the barber. I see the weed in the bag, and then I see the rap video, and they smoking the weed. Like, man, damn, I miss this shit. But you when you've been sober so long, is you're strong enough to fight it. The longer you're sober, the stronger you're gonna be able to fight the shit. But if you just quit 6 days ago, and then you go out with your friends, and now they smoking and drinking, 9 times out of 10, dog, you're probably gonna say, you know what, fuck this shit. I'll quit again or something. I'd also like to say this. If you do relapse, because you more than likely will, if you do, okay, I quit 7 days. You relapse. Now try to go past 7 next time. Don't give up. Just say next time I try to quit, I'm gonna try to quit longer than a week. I quit a week before, I'm try to quit 2 weeks next time. That's what I did with drinking, all that. It was never the first time I succeeded, it was over. Nah, I went back. Went back a couple times, but every time I went back, I quit longer the next time I tried to quit. And that's another key. Don't try to quit until you're really ready to quit. Because if you fail, you're going to give up and say, man, I can't quit this shit. Man, fuck it. I give up. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with diet too. Diet, anything. Anything that you're addicted to. You might have to relapse a couple times. But that don't mean that you give up. And my main moral is stop doing the celebration. Stop doing the week celebration, the 6 month celebration. Don't celebrate at all. And when I say celebrate, I'm not saying don't be proud of the fact that you quit. I'm saying you gotta look at it as, that ain't nothing, dog. I still got lifetime to go. I still got a lifetime to go. See, but when you celebrating and shit, you think you accomplished your goal. You don't realize that it's still going to be a fight. You think the fight's over. You won the fight. No, you didn't win the fight. It's a lifetime fight. It's a lifetime fight, man. But if you are somebody that can really control yourself and you really got good willpower, honestly, you could probably just do weekends or something. That's not me though. Like if I'm gonna smoke weed and drink and shit, I'm doing it whenever the fuck I want. So that's that. I have to just leave it alone. You see what I'm saying? I'm not the type of guy that I could just smoke on the weekend or drink on the weekend and nah, fuck all that. I'm gonna drink and smoke whenever the fuck, however the fuck. So it's either leave the shit alone or do the shit. Plain and simple. But you could quit, man. It just takes a lot of. It's gonna take a lot of time, and you're gonna relapse, and that's okay. And shout out to the people who are trying to quit smoking and drinking and all that shit. Good investment. You'll be happy, man. You being sober is the best high ever. It's better than weed and drinking. It just is because you don't gotta wake up to get that high. You already got it. And it's free. And it's free. But what happens to a lot of y'all who are quitting for these weeks or whatever, and then you go on vacation? What you gonna do? See what I mean? You gonna be on that boat or something, and they gonna be drinking them bottles and shit. And you probably that's what I mean. The temptation don't stop. It don't stop. I could go into a club though right now, like tonight, and not touch a bottle or smoke or anything, but it's not the same. So what's the point? That's another thing. You're gonna have to switch up a lot of shit because the lifestyle that you was doing comes with the drinking and smoking, goes hand in hand. So you want to be sober, you go in a club, you're not gonna like that. You're gonna be like, what the fuck am I doing here? You're gonna be looking at them like, y'all crazy as hell. Did I really act like that when I was drinking and smoking? Like it's just you just don't it's you don't fit in. It's not that you don't fit in with the people, it's the environment. Everybody else smoking and drinking, you just sitting there. You're not gonna like that, man. I mean, some people could pull it off. I could pull it off technically if I really wanted to. I'd have to shoot like darts or shoot pool or some shit. But most people are going to the clubs and shit to socialize with people, and everybody else drinking and smoking. You just sitting there, and I'm telling you right now, good luck with that. See, it's not just about quitting, and it's not just about quitting the drinking and smoking. It's the temptation. It's all that shit. It's all that shit, man. But the benefits of it, I can't even name enough benefits for the to become sober. And that's not knocking anybody who's not, But if you want to become sober, I'm just giving y'all the reality of it. But in the end, once you actually really conquer it, once you get to the point, like when you smoking and drinking, it's a habit more than an addiction. Even though a habit it's the same thing, right? But in a way, what I'm trying to say is, like, some people, they wake up and it's not that they really need the blunt, it's the habit. I'm about to smoke my blunt, you know? Now, sometimes, yeah, you be like, man, I need a blunt, right? But then other times you're just doing it because it's a habit. So when you become sober for so long, it's just a habit of not smoking and not drinking. You don't even think about it. Every now and then you do, though. And that's where the test, if you want to do some cartwheels and be happy that you quitting, do it when you get tested. Because a lot of people, man, look, go buy a whole ounce of weed. Man, I'm going to quit smoking. Nigga, you just bought a whole ounce. I used to do that shit. I'm going to quit smoking after this ounce, nigga. Go buy a whole ounce. Man, you ain't quitting shit. You saying that because you about to smoke that much. It's easy to say I'm going to quit when I'm about to smoke, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's easy because you got that, man, stop it. After that ounce, then say it. You know what I'm saying? Man, we been there. I'm gonna quit eating, man, bad food after this steak and shit. Even though, I mean, if you keep steak to a minimum, but whatever. I'm gonna quit eating ice cream after this ice cream, man. Yeah, because you about to get the ice cream, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with the blunt shit. Blunts, weed, whatever. Nah, you gotta quit after that blunt, man. I used to do that same shit. You know what I mean? But the fact that a lot of people want to quit is a good sign. That means the desire is there deep down in you somewhere. You just got to pull it out of you. And it ain't going to be easy at first, man. It's hell. Trying to quit smoking that first couple months, dog. Man, I don't know how I did it, to be honest with y'all. But people who go to jail, it's proof that you could do it. Even though you're forced to not, even though you're forced to do it because you go to jail, it's still a sign that you're capable of doing it. A lot of people, the reason why they're happy because they quit 6 days or whatever is because they don't even believe they did it. They don't even believe they could do it. They don't know that they have that strength in them to resist that shit. But they really do. It's just a matter of doing it, man. And I personally went from weed to drinking, which I don't advise any of y'all to do that. But I knew that I didn't like drinking like that. So that's why I did that. It worked out for me. And then when I was ready to quit smoking cigarettes, ain't no way I'm going to be drinking and not having cigarettes or blacks. So I just said, fuck it. I'm done with it all. You know what I mean? And that's how that happened. But I didn't just quit weed all the, I still was drinking. That's low. That's somewhat like a weed high in a way. I wasn't completely sober. I just did one thing at a time. Quit the weed first. That was the hardest thing. Then I went to the drinks and the cigarettes. So now, if anybody watching and you done hard drugs, I don't know. I can't help you on that. But if weed is that damn strong, then I know them hard drugs, man. Motherfuckers be getting sick if they don't have the drug and shit. That's somebody, you're going to have to go to somebody who actually experienced that to really touch on that, because I could be on the outside looking in like, yeah, I could quit that too if I tried that. I don't really know that. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers getting sick and shit if they don't have a hard drug. Man, that's a tough situation. But when I was younger, serving fiends let me know, like, nah, I never touched that shit. And that's why I don't see how some people end up doing that. Like, you see the fiends that you're serving. How do you end up trying, But I don't know, man. But to me, seeing them, they look like they dead walking around. So that helped me not ever want to desire to try that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Also, man, I feel like drinking and shit makes you tired. Some people motivate. I ain't gonna lie. Some people smoke and get motivated and become millionaires. But to me, I didn't want to do shit really when I smoked and drank and shit. And I felt like a lot of arguments happened in one of my relationships when I did drink. Always drunk, but on both ends, you know what I mean? So that's why I became sober too. For the last relationship I was in, I didn't drink or smoke, even though that girl tried to get me to do it all the time, which is a red flag. Like if you really fuck with a dude like that, why are you trying to make him smoke and shit? You should be happy you don't, but it's a lot of shit that go on with that drinking and smoking, man. Make bad decisions. Sex is another thing. Like you sleeping with people you would never sleep with if you were sober. You know what I'm saying? It also helps you read people better too, because your mind is sharper. When you're sober, you could be smart as fuck, high and shit. But take a motherfucker that's smart as fuck and he smokes and drinks all the time. That motherfucker mind be on sumo if he didn't smoke. I mean, literally, his mind be on out of this space. You know what I'm saying? Because your mind become more clear and more sharper. Plain and simple. No way around it. So a lot of the mistakes you made in life with women and shit like this could be a direct result of smoking and drinking. Believe it or not. You're going to make better decisions. You're not going to do certain things you used to do. You're going to become the real you. You're going to really be able to really be the real you. 100%, not like 90 something percent. No, 100% the real you. Better choices, better decisions, you know. So that's all I got to say about it, man. Too many benefits to it. Too many benefits to it, man. But yeah, man. That's it, man. Good luck on trying to become sober, but just don't celebrate. Don't celebrate. It's a lifetime thing. So in other words, you never really win at it until you're gone, I guess, basically. You never really win. Because at any given moment, you can quit 50 years and then one day you start smoking. Like, let's say it's a crackhead. They quit smoking crack for 50 years and then they smoking again. Then now they die at the end. Because now they older now and it's even worse. You know what I'm saying? So it's never over. The battle's never over. That's why you can't celebrate. Imagine a boxer in the ring and the fight's still fighting, but he's celebrating. That's what you're doing when you say, I quit 6 months. And I'm not knocking the fact that a person quit 6 months. And I understand why you're doing that because you can't even believe you did it. But in your mind, you got to have the mindset of this is nothing. So if I'm the boxer in the ring, okay, I got him beat. Oh, he looked like he done. That don't mean I give up. Nah, I got to finish this motherfucker. So when it comes to quitting, becoming sober and shit, this motherfucker never dies. The devil never stops. The devil never stops with his temptation. From weed to drinking, sex, whatever. This motherfucker never stopped, bro. So you can't stop. You did?